Hello. Tonight I am going to be tying a very simple pattern that has worked well for me fishing summertime trout streams in the upper Midwest. That is the cinnamon ant pattern. It's basically just a simple ant dry fly, and it consists of thread, a little bit of dubbing, and a couple turns of hackle. I'm going to start out tonight using a TMC 100 dry fly, size 16, 16s, 18s, 20s, all work perfectly. The thread is a red unithread 8/0. The dubbing is a cinnamon brown dubbing I bought in a tube some time ago. It doesn't have to be any particular shade. A reddish brownish color will be fine. And the hackle that we will use for the legs is just a simple brown Whiting Farms hackle. So I'm going to begin by catching in my thread on the hook. I'm going to tie our thread base. Make about 8 to 10 wraps. Trim the tag end off of that. And we're going to continue to wrap our thread in touching turns all the way back close to the barb of the hook. We don't have to go back all the way. Okay. So I've taken my thread, advanced it down the hook shank to the barb, and apply just a little bit of dubbing wax to that thread. And now I'm going to dub on a thread ball for the back half of the body. And this can be a fairly large thread ball. You don't have to necessarily dub this very sparsely. And just get that base thread going. Feel free to build up a generous thread ball body here. Well, the next thing we're going to do is tie in our hackle at the base. So here's my hackle, and I'm just going to catch this in right here, midpoint of the hook. Now that you've moved up to the midpoint of the hook, you should have plenty of room to work with here. And I'm just going to make 3 or 4 nice touching wraps. I like to make 4 or 5 wraps at them, 5 at the most, but what's nice about it is by advancing up that much hackle, you create a nice separation between the abdomen and the head of the ant in the pattern. And we'll make a few turns in front, break off the hackle, stroke the fibers back, and just tie up towards the head and bring the thread back. And we're going to repeat our first step by dubbing on a little more thread, dubbing wax on the thread, and building up another thread ball. This one can be the same size or slightly smaller than the first one. I don't think it much matters to the fish. And I'm just going to build that thread ball right on top. There you go. Okay, all we have to do now is do a whip finish. And trim away. Oops, grab the wrong scissors there. And there we have it. Okay, we're upstream of an ATV bridge here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make a very cautious approach to some of these fish here. There we go. There we go. Nice little brookie. Nice little brook trout here. Beautiful. Beautiful fish. I'll get them out of the water just long enough to show you. Feisty little brook trout. Wet the hands. Ooh. It's okay. Okay. There he is. Cinnamon ant pattern. Very deadly pattern. Little brook trout love them. Let's get them back in the water. I don't like to have them out of the water more than 3 seconds, maybe 5 at the most. Any longer than I can hold my breath. So there you have it. Cinnamon ant. Effective pattern. Perfect for midsummer fly fishing trips. And it's also a very simple tie. Thank you for watching.